My name is Lilia Salira, and I wanted to talk with you guys today about animism. I've been interested in animism for a very long time because I believe that this belief system that actually what I believe in, and I wanted to explain you a little bit what animism really stands for and a little bit of my thoughts about this topic. So animism is a belief system that interestingly can be found among indigenous people around the world. This is belief system that people also can be referred as a lifeism, meaning that indigenous people believe that everything has a spirit, including trees, water, volcanoes, air, even rocks. So, and the spirit in all of those beings has to be respected. And the reason I want to talk about this because I recently went to Bali, and all through that I wouldn't say that it was my best vacation experience. I was still very impressed with the way of living there among the local people. Balinese people managed to save their culture and their spiritual beliefs, even though Bali is Indonesia and it's a primarily Muslim country. Anyways, Balinese people managed to actually carry their belief systems through the years. It's like a very, very long that's how it's happened, like very long ago. They do have interesting mix between the Hinduism, Buddhism, and Animism. And that was interesting to see how that belief system affected their personalities. Balinese people are very gentle, very soft. They're not pushy. They're not trying to sell you something constantly. They're very easygoing and very easy to be around. Mostly they always smile. They look like they're happy to see you. And while in Bali, especially in Ubud, I was watching them doing their rituals and offerings. And I've learned so much about their culture because during my time in Ubud, they have one of the in a lifetime celebration of balancing the world's energy. So dark and light, good and bad has to be balanced to maintain the world peace, as they believe. And I was very impressed with how they treat each other and the nature. All through Bali as an island have a lot of problems. I'm not going to idealize them, but the animism part is truly fascinating. And I was going to make this video for it's been a month since I came back from Bali, and the reason I actually finally find the time to do that is because a couple days ago I was in our local museum. It's a Buffalo Bills Center of the West. There is a Plains Indian museum there, and actually a really nice museum. I would recommend you to come visit if you're in Cody. And that's one of my favorite museums to be. And while I was there, I was reading about their culture, looking at some their art and the pictures, and I couldn't stop thinking about how great it would have been if instead almost losing their culture and their beliefs, they would have kept it. Meaning that Indians and indigenous people in general were portrayed through the history as a barbaric, as primitive. And when I was reading about the history of Yellowstone, the reason why it happened that way, because when Yellowstone was created, the people wanted to, tourists to come visit, and the tourists were really afraid of the local tribes. So the first Yellowstone's marketing team portrayed them as uneducated and barbaric people who was actually afraid of Yellowstone and afraid of the hot springs and afraid of being there, which wasn't the truth, because through the years of their life in that territories, they actually had a very deep connection to that land. And we can find many we can hear many stories and find the documentaries about how they were part of this great plains, and how respectful they were to the nature and to the buffalo herd, for example. And when I was in the Plains Indian Museum, I thought about that Balinese culture of animism and how they actually managed to keep it. And the reason I think it's very important to talk about, because this is something we all lost on the way. Because animism is about your soul. It's not a religion as we know now, that's more organized and structured. It's more of feelings. And I think feelings is what's gonna separate us from artificial intelligence, for example. And looking at the world the way indigenous people did, while maintaining our Western mind that is very practical, very fast, very progressive. I think that's the future of the humanity in general, is a mix of Western mind and indigenous heart. And I honestly feel the world the way they described. When I'm going somewhere in the nature, especially when I go by myself, I feel everything. It's like you feel the wind on your skin, you touch the grass. I mean, you look at the mountains, and I when I do that, I just feel the presence. And I really amazed by that ability, and I think everyone has it, and it's really, really therapeutical. That's why I think animism needs to be studied, and the most importantly, it needs to be felt. So I hope that we as a humanity will open up to the idea of not thinking about the world, but feeling the world. And I think that would solve a lot of our problems. That's all I had to say. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about animism, and have you ever encountered it, have you ever felt the nature so deeply. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.